Hello, and welcome to another episode of Canary Knits. I'm your host, Antoinette. I'm working on socks today with some beautiful hand-dyed yarn by Unit I Dye, which is a indie yarn dyer available on Etsy. Love the way this is turning out. I actually did not want to talk about yarn and knitting today, so I know that may be a little frustrating. I wanted to talk to you today about fitness. My fitness journey is pretty long and complicated, as I imagine are most of y'all. When I got to fourth grade, I really quickly became overweight when puberty hit. So in fourth grade, I believe I went from like a little girl's extra small to like an adult size extra large. There was really no in between. I remember feeling ashamed about my weight pretty much all of my life. I'm 38 now. Hello. Hi. We're getting to know each other, so I'm 38. I would try to get into shape. I even did like Weight Watchers. In the years after I graduated high school, I had a lot of unhealthy habits and I ballooned up to about 350 at my highest. There are very few pictures that exist from this time because I was extremely camera shy and extremely insecure and extremely uncomfortable. But there are a few, and I'll put some up. So my highest weight, I was 350. Um, but that was like a combination of depression, alcoholism, and just like a really, really poor diet. The turning point for me, the first time I got in shape happened in 2015. I broke my patella and tore my patella tendon, which, if you play football or basketball, is known as the career ender. Luckily, I am but a knitter, and so life continued pretty much as normal. After 3 months of extreme pain and isolation and physical therapy and surgery, I started slowly getting into shape. And I started when I was on bed rest. I was on bed rest for about 3 months. This is the first time I exercised at physical therapy after my injury. Because of my weight, my crutches were extremely painful to use. So I had a hard time getting around and I had a hard time in physical therapy and healing because my body wasn't very healthy. My circulation wasn't good. I believe I was pre-diabetic at the time. I was just having like a lot of issues. So I was highly motivated when I was healing because I was so miserable. I was pretty much at rock bottom, just extremely depressed and relying really heavily on my brother. Shout out to my brother because he was definitely my rock during that time. He drove me to all my physical therapy appointments, even though he lived about an hour away. And he came to visit me pretty much every single day. And it was wonderful, even though it wasn't. If you've ever been sick, you know that time off of life isn't like normal time off. Sick time off is not the same as vacation time off. I didn't do any knitting. I didn't do any crocheting. I didn't read. I mostly was just miserable in bed on painkillers. So, as soon as I started getting a little bit stronger in physical therapy, I started lifting weights while on bed rest and doing exercises for people that are on bed rest, for pregnant women, for people recovering from surgery. I just did all of them. And I was really good about doing my physical therapy exercises. I worked out really hard for about a year and I lost about 88 pounds. Life happened and I had two wonderful children. And I was able to maintain pretty well after my babies were born. But just slowly, as my children have gotten older, I've moved back to the Midwest, so I'm not as active. Like when we lived in California, I feel like I was outside all the time. There were so many wonderful hikes and so much to do. I am on day 14 of a 75 soft challenge. If you're not familiar with the 75 soft, it's basically a counterpart to the 75 hard or 30 hard. which is a intense physical fitness challenge, which was popular on the internet. I feel like around COVID time, people were leaning hard into the hard 30. So the first time I lost 88 pounds, I've been active this whole time, just not as active. And I haven't been watching my diet as closely as I should be because I am almost 40, and as you get older, your body has different nutritional needs. I'm rambling. I wanted to share some fitness tips from my perspective, not from the perspective of like a trainer or someone that goes to the gym all the time or someone that's super, super fit, but someone that has had a lifetime relationship with diet and exercise and has been somewhat successful and is recommitting. I am on day 14 of the 75 soft. It's basically just eating well, following your meal plan, exercising daily, taking one active rest day a week, and treating your body well, drinking water, taking progress pictures, reading at least 10 pages a day. And I finished my first book this week. I'm so happy. It's going really well so far. Like, I know that I'm going to be successful at this. I'm pretty sure that fitness is something I'm going to continue to talk about. My tip number one for going from sedentary to somewhat fit. To meet the definition of sedentary, which I do, you will naturally take less than 2,000 steps a day. If I don't exercise or force myself to go on a walk or get steps somehow, I take about 1,100 steps a day. And that is not great. Getting fit is important. It's important to be good to your body. I love sitting for long periods of time. I love working on my knitting, but it's also important to move. Tip number one, let go of shame and find things that are comfortable to wear to work out in. This is so, so, so important. I don't have any pictures because I was feeling ashamed, but my very first workout, I was wearing a pair of 4X men's sweatpants and like a giant, giant t-shirt. And I went to the gym like this for I think like the first couple of weeks until one of the Zumba teachers um, asked if I'd ever tried like tight, like athletic pants before. And I told her that I hadn't, and she said she had a pair that she would give me. And that was life changing. If y'all don't know, I didn't know, there is a reason why people wear tight pants when they exercise, especially women. We have thighs. I have a lot of we get what I like to refer to as chub rub, which is the area in the thighs just rubbing together when you're exercising. And if you have a bulky pant on, you will get more extreme chub rub. I know you might not be comfortable in tight fitted pants, but it is something to consider. Invest in a good quality pair of athletic leggings or two. Invest in a good quality pair of athletic shoes that offer support that are going to work for you in your size. If this applies to you, invest in a good quality sports bra that's going to support you. And that's it for your investments. I think when you're beginning, you don't need even a gym membership. You can try a couple of free classes on ClassPass or at local gyms. A lot of gyms like Orange Theory and I know the Y around here have like a try a week or try a couple classes before you commit. You could try all the classes that you want in your first few months. There is no reason, in my opinion, to join a gym. And in fact, this time around of losing weight, my goal is to lose about 80 pounds. I am doing all my workouts at home. We are, as a society in the United States in 2026, in the middle of an Ozempic epidemic. So the plus sizes at the thrift store are flowing. If you haven't been recently, check it out. Like, you'll have a lot of luck in the 1 or 2X sizes if that's what you're in. That is my first tip. Just getting gear, getting yourself comfortable, and really letting go of shame when you're doing that. My second tip is an easy one and a fun one. Find something that you like to do and lock in. This took me until I was 26 to do. I didn't know what kind of exercise I like to do until like almost midlife because I had never really exercised. I attended physical education class as part of school growing up, but I definitely didn't apply myself and I was definitely bullied and it definitely didn't feel like a safe space for exploring like fitness and what that meant to me. I love YouTube workouts. There are so many videos available on YouTube. I've actually linked some of my favorite workouts in a playlist down below in the description for y'all to check out. I cannot emphasize this too much. I did not enjoy exercise at all until I was about 26. And my first Zumba hip hop dance class, I fell in love. I fell in love with dance fitness, and it was easy for me to stay motivated and commit to those classes because I enjoyed them. My third fitness tip for beginners is to track. Womp womp. I know. Luckily, we live in the age of technology. You can do this with pen and paper. I sometimes do this with pen and paper when I'm really trying to focus in or when I'm having like issues with my stomach or diet and I want to see like what's causing it. I'll do this with pen and paper. But you could also use apps like MyFitnessPal, and those will allow you to track your nutrients and your macros and your calories like very easily. You can just enter in the food you eat or even scan it in if you want to pay for the premium service, which I don't pay for premium service. I use my FitnessPal for about 10 years to track, and I'm fine with the free version. So check out some tools and do some tracking. In the beginning, you might have a really messed up diet. And in the beginning, you might need to just focus on eating 1,800 calories of whatever it is that you are going to eat and moving your body. And that will be good enough. I promise you, it will be good enough. You don't have to go so hardcore in the beginning. Like if your body is not used to diet and exercise, the beginning is such a wonderful time. It becomes a question of dedication instead of motivation, right? Because you might have all the motivation in the world, but if you're not dedicated to your routine and if you haven't built a routine, then you're not going to be successful. Track that shit. You don't have to weigh if you're not comfortable weighing. You can take before and after pictures. Those are wonderful. I myself don't do a lot of weighing, but just make sure that you are tracking your journey because it's going to be motivating later on down the line and it's going to help you be more aware of what you're putting in your body, especially if you've never tracked before. My number 4 tip kind of ties in with number 1, but basically don't go spending a lot of money when you first start a diet and exercise routine. I know that it can be really, really tempting to like go out and get like super fancy stuff and all the pre-workouts and protein shakes and nutrition powders and meal plans and all those things. But like I promise you that you can do it by yourself on a budget with the tools available to you. And like by tools, I mean like YouTube. There are exercises on almost all apps now, even Spotify. If you have Spotify Premium, they have a section of workout videos that you can work out along to. You can plan your workouts. MyFitnessPal has workouts. The Google Health app now, which used to be Fitbit, now has workouts. So workouts are readily available. It's not too hard to find them. Again, I've linked some down below, but when you're first getting started, like walking is going to work wonders for you. Walking outside, like walking with a friend if you can, trying to maintain a conversation while you're physically exerting yourself can be difficult. So just start small and don't feel pressure. Like you don't need everything to match. You don't need a new gym outfit every day. You don't need a fancy new water bottle. You just need what you have and just get started now. Like really just do it. Just do it. My last tip, tip number 5, is for the very new to fitness and all the depressed baddies out there. I just want to give you a little warning to get prepared for a ton of laundry, more hygiene needs than you've ever needed, and potentially like rearranging some space in your home for your exercises. So life is going to change a little bit. There are so many positives with exercise. I have more energy. I sleep better. I am more mobile. I am healthier all around. But there are also some negatives, and I'm going to talk about them. Like the laundry, I currently have 4 loads of laundry waiting for me because I work out. And when you work out, your hair gets messy, your makeup sweats off if you wear makeup. You need to change. I was once doing a high intensity interval training class, and my socks after that class needed to be washed twice. So just get prepared to do some work. Get prepared to be cooking your meals more, to be doing dishes more, to be maybe cleaning up after you make your smoothies in the morning. Like you will have to put in a little bit of work besides diet and exercise. I don't really know what to call this work, like emotional labor almost. It's little things like using a chart if that's what motivates you, writing your workouts in your planner if that's what motivates you. I move my coffee table every morning to one side of the room so that I can do my little workout and get all my equipment out and then put it all back away at the end so that I could still use my living room. You will have to do some work. Yes, I know it's a bummer, but you will be better for it. If you've stuck this far with me, thank you so much for joining. I really wish you the best of luck on your journey. Let me know if you try any of the exercises, like how your journey's going, what you're doing. And yeah, I look forward to continuing to check in with y'all about how my journey is going. My newest goal is to lose 80 pounds, and I'm giving myself about a year to do it. Again, I'm Antoinette. This channel is Canary Knits. I do mostly knitting, crochet, spinning content, but I am going to be talking about my diet and exercise routine for the next few months as I lock in. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.